Chu.
Sadan, you rest well. I love you. We always been together. You and my family always you loved my house. You must rest. We will meet again.
Uncle Rajan, thank you for always making us feel welcome in your home. You treated Devi and I like your son and your daughter. We will cherish all the good times we had with you. Until we meet again, rest in peace. From Devi and Kisha.
To my dearest uncle, Uncle Sada, you weren't just my uncle, you was everything to me. Uncle Sada, I know that wherever you are right now, I know that you're still traveling, but I know that you are in a better place. I know God's angels is around you. I know His heaven's gates is opened. To my beautiful auntie and my 3 cousins, Vavashan, Tibeshan, Kibashan, may God really be with you in this time, that your wounds are still very sore. You didn't just lose a father, you lost your people's best friend. May God give you all strength each and every day. May God be with you every second and moment. I know right now it's very, very painful. And I know that God is going to be with you. To my beautiful auntie, Auntie Candy, I pray each and every day for you that God grants you whatever your heart desires. I pray that He gives you strength every single moment, and so is the boys. I will dearly miss you, Uncle Sada. I remember the days where you told me, who bought your first milk? Who bought your first diapers? We weren't just niece and uncle, we were best friends. I remember the day that you came for my father's funeral. You told me, Shisha, don't cry. Don't cry. I will be your father. But today I release you and I know that you are in a better place. I will miss our fun, our laughter, where you would put music in your car and I would dance to any music. I pray that God really gives my family strength right now. Dear friends and family, we lost a good man. We really, really lost a good man. It was a gem. I love you, Uncle Sada. I will not say goodbye, but until we meet again, I love you. I am not there to kiss your soft cheeks for the last time. Neither kiss you on your forehead and tell you that I love you. But remember, you'll always live in my heart. You'll always live in my heart, now and forever. Thank you for everything that you have done for me and my family. I love you until we meet again. Mwah.
Family and friends, greetings in the lovely name of our Savior Jesus Christ. Firstly, we just want to say thank you for affording us this opportunity in paying tribute to Sarah, who has been a very great friend to us, a great member in the family, and we have made so many memories that will be cherished forever. And in those memories, there is only laughter and joy. Sarah, you have been a pillar of strength, not only to me and my wife and my children, but I know that you have impacted so many lives in your very humbleness, in your quietness. You always commanded respect in the way that you spoke, in the way that you walked. And I believe that Pavashan, Kibeshan, and Devotion will follow in your footsteps and continue to take your memories from here on forward. We know that it is hard at this time, but we trust God that will strengthen you together with the Carpenter family. Once again, we say we love you, we miss you guys, and we trust that the Lord will always be with you, guiding you in every way that you take. Thank you.
May God give you strength, Candy. Pavashan, Kibashan, and Devotion. Devotion, your dad has spoke very highly of you guys, and I pray you'll continue in their footsteps. May God's grace be upon you. May God's grace face shine upon you and give you peace and give you strength and comfort in this time. So we say you are loved.
Okay, friends, can we please rise while we wait for the Lord to come through?
Shivaya Namah Om Namah Shivaya 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 Shivaya Namah Aruterum Jodi Tani Perum Karunai Tani Perum Karunai Aruterum Jodi Aruterum Jodi Tani Perum Karunai Tani Perum Karunai Aruterum Jodi Aruterum Jodi Tani Perum Karunai Tani Perum Karunai Aruterum Jodi Aruterum Jodi Tani Perum Karunai அருள் பெரும் ஜோதி ஓம் நம சிவாய சிவாய நம ஓம் நம சிவாய சிவாய நம ஓம் traditional prayer for first maybe a 20 minutes. Once finished that, people can come and view the space and the speakers and all that. First we want to do a family traditional prayer. Our humble greeting to one and all and our condolences to the Giri family, and we are all gathered here to give our last salutation and respect to our dear brother SADHASIVAN Govender, who was with us and participated all our activities, family and religious activities. So our prayer this morning to the Almighty God, the Creator, may He open the heaven door for this wonderful soul to enter. May his soul enjoy the eternal happiness by the kingdom of Almighty Lord Shiva. After I sing one opening song, all of you can be seated. And I'm going to hand over after that to the auntie, going to take over all the traditional family prayer. She will take over while I am praising the Almighty God in his singing. Kiricittambalam உலகெல்லாம் உணர்ந்து ஓதற்கு அறியவன் உலகெல்லாம் உணர்ந்து ஓதற்கு அறியவன் நிலவுலாவிய நீர்மலி வேணியன் நிலவுலாவிய நீர்மலி வேணியன் அழகல் சோதியன் அழகல் சோதியன் அம்பலத்துவானுவான் அழகல் சோதியன் அம்பலத்துவானுவான் மலர் சீலம் படி வாழ்த்தி வணங்குவாம் மலர் சீலம் படி வாழ்த்தி வணங்குவாம் மலர் சீலம் படி வாழ்த்தி வணங்குவாம் திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். Please, all of you, be seated. The family, Dhanalakshmi, come.
Thank you, family and friends, for joining us on this rather difficult day. And I'm going to try my very best to compose myself, keep myself composed during this. I would like to just read something, if that's okay. We gather to remember, we gather to remember the little things that made a special place in our heart to remember those happy times when we laughed and those times when our hearts broke as one. For who could put a price on memories? We gather to share pain to hurt without assuming that our pain is the same. To cry when you cry, and not to try to hide or avoid our tears. For tears are memories in motion. We gather to give the gift of grief, to stand beside Candy, Babashan, Diveshan, and Kibeshan in silence, and not to be uncomfortable with our tears. To allow the gift of mourning this loss, patience, for grief is a nation's way. For grief is this patience, and it's a nature's way of healing a broken heart. For those who don't know me, I'm Nityan. I'm the brother of Rajan, the late Rajan. My brother is lying here. And I would like to welcome each one of you. And as we go through this day, please just join us, be with us as we share moments. We will share speeches and tributes from people, and we say welcome to our live streaming family and friends. And we would just like you to be patient during this time with us, and we have a few people that we will call upon. And your presence helps the family realize how special Rajan was, and his memories will forever be in our hearts. And no matter no matter where he is, we always will remember, and we will hold close to the memories that he left us with. Thank you. At this point, sorry.
Nanti, Governor, I'm going to call upon the three ladies, and Amma can come and help them. While I am doing my prayer, she will guide you. This is a traditional prayer from immemorial period. When a partner go, we do a sangyam, a prayer. So Amma going to read. Yes, yeah. Diricittambalam ஒன்னு சொல்லுங்க அவங்க செய்வாங்க. Take this one and this side, also pour her, and after that sprinkle a little. Diricittambalam நமச்சிவாய வாழ்க நாதன்றாள் வாழ்க இமை பொழுதும் என் நெஞ்சில் நீங்காதான்றாள் வாழ்க புகழியாண்ட குருமணி தந்தாள் வாழ்க அகமம்மாகி நின்று அன்னிப்பான்றாள் வாழ்க ஏகன் அநேகன் இறைவன் அடி வாழ்க வேகம் கெடுத்தாண்ட வேந்தன் அடி வெல்க பிறப்பருக்கும் பிஞகந்தன் பெய்கழல்கள் வெல்க புறத்தார்க்கு சேயோன்றன் உங்கழல்கள் வெல்க கரங்கோவி வாருள் மகளும் கோன்கழல்கள் வெல்க சிறங்குவிவார் ஓங்குவிக்கும் சிரோன் கழல் வெல்க ஈசன் அடி போ நன்னடி போற்றி சிவன் சேவடி போற்றி நேயத்தே நின்ற நிமலன்னடி போற்றி மாய பீர பருக்கும் மன்னன்னடி போற்றி சிறார் பேரும் தூரை நம் தேவன் நாடி போற்றி ஆராத இன்பம் அருளும் மலை போற்றி கள்ளப்பூல குரம்பை கட்டளிக்க வல்லானே நள்ளீரூழில் நட்டம் பைண்டாடும் நாதனே தில்லையுள் கூத்தனே தென்பாண்டி நாட்டானே அல்லல் பிறவி அருப்பானேயோ வென்று சொல்லக்கு அறியானை சொல்லி தீருவடி கீழ் சொல்லிய பாட்டின் பொருளுணர்ந்து சொல்லுவார் செல்வர் சிவபூரத்தின் உள்ளார் சிவனடி கீழ் பல்லோரும் ஏத்த பணிந்து பணிந்து தொலையிலும் பிறவி சூழும் தலை நீக்கி அல்லல் அறுத்து ஆனந்தமாக்கியதே எல்லை மறுவானறியளிக்கும் பாதபூரன் கோன் திருவாசகம் என்னும் தேன் ஓம் நமோ பகவதே ருத்ராய நமஸ்தே ருத்ரம் மன்யவஹ உதோதைஷவே நமः நமஸ்தே அஸ்து தன்வனே பாஹுभ्याम् உததே நமः ஜாதயிஷு சிவதமா சிவம் பபூபதே தனுः शिवासरव्याय तव दयानो रुद्रविडय जादे रुद्र शिवादनुरघोरपावगासिरी दयानस्तनुवासन्तमया गिरिसन्दाभिसागसिगे जमिषुं गिरिसन्दहस्ते विवस्यस्तवे शिवां किरित्रधाम गुरुमाहिगुंषि पुरुषं जगत् शिवेन वस साक्षावसामधिः जदानः सर्वमित्यगदयक्ष्मघं सुमना असदे अद्य वोषदधिवक्तः प्रथमो दैव्यो विशदे अघीगुच्च सर्वान् जम्बयन् सर्वाच्च जादुदान्यः असव्यस्ताम्रो अरुण उदः पप्रुषु मङ्गलः जय क्षेमाहं रुद्रा अभिदो दक्षश्रुता सहस्रशो वैशाखं हेडयीमहि असव्यो वसस्पतिः नीलग्रीवो विलोहितः उदैनं गोपा अदुषन् उदहार्यः उदैनं विश्वाभूतानि सदुष्टोमिडयादिनः नमो अस्तु नीलग्रीवाय सहस्राक्षाय मीदुषे अधो ये अस्य सत्त्वानोऽहम् तेभ्यो करन्नमः प्रमुञ्जतन्वनस्तवामुभयोरात्नियोजां याच्च देहस्तैषव परादा बहवो भव अवदत्य धनुष्वहं सहस्राक्षसदे सुदे Dhanalakshmi's brother can just come with a sari and the ladies can take Dhanalakshmi, I bath or sprinkle water and come bring her back.
Yeah, okay.
Finish? You can put the fire. No, you do this.
What is the design?
I'll do the fire. Okay, come. Where's the fire?
Yeah.
You can do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Family and friends, if I can ask everyone to please approach from your right and walk around and come out to your left. Please remember COVID regulations and requirements and so forth. There's sanitizers at the back, and if we can, please refrain from the hugging. And I know it's emotional, and I know we're in a difficult space, but if we can please remember our health as well at the same time. Please, you can start approaching.
Tray can be here. Take it and leave it on one place. Balam மையாடிய கண்டன் மலை மகள் பாதமத்துடையான் கையாடிய கேடில் கரி உரிமூடிய ஒருவன் மெய்யாடிய குவளை மலர் நயனத்தவளோடும் நெய்யாடிய பெருமானிடம் நெய்த்தானமே நீரே தலமல்கிய குண முதல் காணியுள் தமிழ் ஞான சம்பந்தன் நிலமல்கிய புகழான் மிகு நெய்த்தானனை நிகரில் பலமல்கிய பாடல் இவை பத்தும் மிக வல்லார் சிலமல்கிய செல்வன் அடி சேர்வர் சிவ கதியே திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். துணி வளர் திங்கள் துலங்கி விளங்க சுடர் சடை சூற்றி முடித்து பனி வளர் கொள்கையர் பாரிடம் சூழ ஆரிடமும் பலி தேர்வர் அணிவளர் கோலம் எல்லாம் செய்து பாச்சில் ஆச்சிரம துரைக்கின்ற மணிவளர் கண்டரோ மங்கையை வாட மயல் செய்வதோ இவர் மாண்பே அகமலி அன்போடு தொண்டர் வணங்க ஆச்சிரம துரைக்கின்ற புகைமலி மாலை புனைந்தழகாய புனிதர் கொலாமிவரென்ன நகைமலி தன் போலில் சூழ்தரு காணி நற்றமிழ் ஞான சம்பந்தன் தகைமலி தன் தமிழ் கொண்டிவையேத்த சாரகிலா வினைதானே. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். சடையாயனுமால் சரணியனுமால் விடையாயனுமால் பெருவா விழுமால் மடையார் குவளை மலரும் மருகல் உடையாய் தகுமோ இவளுள் மேலிவே சிந்தாயனுமால் சிவனேயனுமால் முந்தாயனுமால் முதல்வாயனுமால் கொந்தார் குவளை குலவும் மருகல் என் தாய் தகுமோ இவளை சரவே வயல் ஞானம் வல்லார் மருகல் பெருமான் உயர் ஞானம் உணர்ந்து அடியுள் புகழால் இயல் ஞான சம்பந்தன பாடல் வல்லார் பியன் ஞானமெல்லாம் விளங்கும் புகழே சடையாயனுமால் சரணியனுமால் விடையாயனுமால் வெறுவா விழுமால். Once again, our greeting to one and all. Please, because of the COVID-19 rules and regulation, there's no hugging is allowed. Just put your hands together and just show your sympathy and condolences to the family. Thank you. The mask is must, yeah. Everybody put your mask on, nose to the mouth, yeah. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். மந்திரம் ஆவது நீரும் வானவர் மேலது நீரும். மந்திரம் ஆவது நீரும் வானவர் மேலது நீரும். சுந்தரமாவது நீரு சுந்தரமாவது நீரு. துதிக்கப்படுவது நீரு தந்திரமாவது நீரு. சமயத்தில் உள்ளது நீரு தந்திரமாவது நீரு. சமயத்தில் உள்ளது நீரு. சென்றும் வருவாயுமை பங்கன் திரு. சென்றும் வருவாயுமை பங்கன் திரு. ஆலவாயான் திரு நீரே. ஆற்றலடல் விடையேறும் ஆலவாயான் திரு நீரை. ஆற்றலடல் விடையேறும் ஆலவாயான் திரு நீரை. போற்றி புகழினிலாவும் போற்றி புகழினிலாவும் பூசுரன் ஞான சம்பந்தன் தேற்றி தன்னன் உடலூற்ற தீப்பிணியாயின நீர. தேற்றி தன்னன் உடலூற்ற தீப்பிணியாயின நீர. சாக்கிய பாடல்கள் பத்து சாக்கிய பாடல்கள் பத்து வல்லவர் நல்லவர் தாமே. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். Page 61 காதலாதி. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். காதலாங்கி கசிந்து கண்ணீர் மல்கி ஓதுவார் தம்மை நன்னறிக்கு ஒய்ப்பது காதலாகி கசிந்து கண்ணீர் மல்கி ஓதுவார் தம்மை நன்னறிக்கு ஒய்ப்பது வேதம் நான்கினும் மெய்ப்பொருளாவது. வேதம் நான்கினும் மெய்ப்பொருளாவது. நாதன் நாம நமச்சிவாயவே. நாதன் நாம நமச்சிவாயவே. நந்தி நாம நமச்சிவாயவெனும் நந்தி நாம நமச்சிவாயவெனும் சந்தையால் தமிழ் ஞான சம்பந்தன் சொல் சந்தையால் தமிழ் ஞான சம்பந்தன் சொல் செந்தையால் மகிழ்ந்து ஏத்த வல்லாரெல்லாம் செந்தையால் மகிழ்ந்து ஏத்த வல்லாரெல்லாம் அந்த பாசம் அறுக்க வல்லார்களே அந்த பாசம் அறுக்க வல்லார்களே Yeah.
At this point, we received some words from Candy, and she would like to say it to Rajan, and I'm going to ask Sarveshni to please come up so she can read what Candy has written. Please.
Hello everyone. Words from Auntie Candy to Uncle Rajan, Kathleen. Hi my baby. I cannot sleep and won't sleep till the morning. My heart aches with pain that I must attend my husband's funeral. I will never see him again in my life. I won't be able to live without him. May the Almighty forgive me if I hurt him in any way. I will do anything to change this marriage journey. I forgive him. I wish God could give us another chance, but it's impossible. I just want his soul to rest in peace. He flew so high, so quickly, like an eagle that disappeared into the clouds. I loved him to the fullest, honored, cherished, cared, tolerated, and forgave him. May his soul rest in peace till we meet again. I love you. God bless you. Thank you for being an awesome husband and an incredible dad, and always spoiling us with what our heart desires. Yes, there were struggles, trials, troubles, and hard work that you had to go through to make us happy. This marriage journey has come to the end of the road where till death do us part. I love you, Stax, and miss you. I believe you will give me the strength to accept this trauma. May your soul rest in peace. Lord Muruga, Lord Shiva, and Lord Ganesha are waiting for you with their hands to welcome you into their kingdom. Love you till we meet again. My Sada, my king, loving and caring, kind, tolerant, humble man with dignity, integrity, honesty, loyalty, accountability, responsibility, sincerity, unity, and humbleness. My husband, I want to thank you for 33 years of marriage and 3 incredible sons you blessed me with. We had a magnificent marriage journey, but sometimes a bit of a roller coaster. But that is all part of the journey together. Nothing is perfect if you want to be happy. Thank you.
I'm going to read some words that's been written by Pravashan. I think he feel like he felt that he won't be able to stand here and do it, so I'm going to try to do it on his behalf. Dad, I wish I could say this to you in person, but I know you're still listening. Our relationship has not been easy. You don't sugarcoat anything, and I'm your son, so neither do I. I thought we had so much more to experience together, and I took it for granted that you would always be there. And now you're not. You were like a stuntman who could not be killed, no matter what you went through, until God decided the stunt was over. We lived honest, hard lives in all these years, striving and building everything we have now. And now, after all these years, We have a gap to enjoy some of the hard work, but we are robbed of you. I always told you, I'm gonna take you on my boat. I'm gonna buy a boat and we're gonna sail, sip our sundowners to the sunset. What's the point now? It won't feel like an achievement now. I just wanna say sorry and thank you. Sorry for any tears, heartaches, or disappointments I caused you, and thank you for being the father you were to me. We are all not perfect, but God is. Every life experience we have been through together has made me a better man, a better husband, a better father, and a man who can succeed at any task he puts his mind to. I will truly miss you and love you more than I admitted to you myself. I pray the Lord gives you peace and rest, and I will see you on the other side when my time comes. Bianca and the kids miss you, and your place can never be replaced by anyone. I love you, Dad. I'm going to hand over to Auntie, who's going to sing the song of the month.
நம்பிக்கை பெருகிறையேக்கும் நவசக்தி விநாயகனே மாயா திருதியம் மயக்கும் கருந்தியம் தாயார் எமக்கு தைரியம் சொல்லினார் நல்லதற்காகுந்தோ போக்கிடை செய்தார் நோயாய் எமக்கு காத்தரோ செய்தார் நவசக்தி விநாயகனே பறக்கும் நம்பிக்கை பெருகிற செய்யமக்கும் நவசக்தி விநாயகனே கணபதி என்றும் கருதியே வந்தா கவிதைய குறைவியம் கந்தனே தந்தா நித்யம் ஆனந்தம் நெஞ்ச போகிற நித்யானந்த கணபதிய வந்த சரஸ்வதி விநாயகனே வணக்கம் நம்பிக்கை பெருகிற எமக்கும் நமசக்தி விநாயகனே வணக்கம் வணக்கம் வணக்கம். பிதாவே அன்பான தேவா அருணை ரட்சகனே ஆவியானவரே அப்பா பிதாவே அன்பான தேவா அருணை ரட்சகனே ஆவியானவரே எங்கோ நான் வாழ்ந்து அறியாமல் அழிந்தேன் என் நேச தேடி வந்தேன் எங்கோ நான் வாழ்ந்தேன் அறியாமல் அழிந்து என் நேச தேடி வந்தேன் நெஞ்சாக அணிந்து முத்தங்கள் கொடுத்து நிழலாய் மாறிடுவேன் நெஞ்சாக அணிந்து முத்தங்கள் கொடுத்து நிழலாய் மாறிடுவேன் நன்றி உமக்கு நன்றி அப்பா நன்றி உமக்கு நன்றி தாய்மையில் இருந்து தள்ளாட நடந்து தயவோ நினைவுகிறேன் தாய்மையில் இருந்து தள்ளாட நடந்து தயவோ நினைவுகிறேன் கருபாதை பற்றி கண்ணீரை துடைத்து கடும் பற்றி நடத்துகிறேன் நன்றி உமக்கு நன்றி அப்பா நன்றி உமக்கு நன்றி அப்பா பிதாவே அன்பான தேவா அருமை ரட்சகரே ஆவியானவரே புரியாத சுற்றி வளர்த்து என்னை சிந்தி கரும் பற்றி நடத்துகிறேன். நன்றி உமக்கு நன்றி அப்பா, நன்றி உமக்கு நன்றி அப்பா பிதாவே, அன்பான தேவா, அருமை ரட்சகரே, ஆவியானவரே, இரவும் பகலும் ஐயா கூட இருந்தும் என்னாலும் காப்பவரே, மறவாத தெய்வம் மாறாத நேசை மகிமை பாத்துகிறேன். நன்றி உமக்கு நன்றி அப்பா, நன்றி உமக்கு நன்றி அப்பா பிதாவே, அன்பான தேவா, அருமை ரட்சகனே, ஆவியானவரே, ஆவியானவரே. ஓம் திருச்சிற்றம்பலம்.
I'm sure most of you sitting here today knew my brother intimately. And if you know Rajan, or Sada, as he was commonly known, you would know that he had a very adventurous life. Well, anyway, I took his spot. He thought he was going to be the youngest, and I came along, so I took his spot. But 8 years later, by the way. And I think the person who knows a lot more about Rajan and all his other adventures that us as family didn't know, I think Dennis will be the person that we'll be able to share more. So I'm going to call Candy's brother, Dennis Govender.
Thanks, Nithya. The priest, Reed family and friends, humble greetings to you all. You know, normally I speak at funerals, give tribute, speak at birthday parties, but this is a tough one, very, very tough one. I met SADHASIVAN, Govender, 45 years ago. We were schoolmates, visiting me after school. He secretly fell in love with my sister, which I did not know. But he bribed my younger brother, Seelem, who is not here at the moment. He used to pay him 20 rand, 50 rand, and take my sister Gandhi away to the movies or wherever they were going, because I was working in the fire department, we worked shifts, and often you knew the times, and he would take advantage over that. But there were times where he would lose on his bet because my brother was a stunsel, just like Salah. He would tell him, okay, I want 20 rand. And later he says, no, I'm going to tell my brother, I want another 20 rand or 50 rand. I'm talking about years ago. And so I had no other option but to give him the money. And then I got to know he wasn't visiting me for the friendship. That's what I suspected. He was coming to my house to fall in love with my sister. And I had no other option, although we had some fights, but I gave in because he was my friend and he was a loving guy, compassionate guy, and as we grew along, we got to see the other side of Sada, which we loved very much. He took very good care of my late dad who was disabled. He took care of my 95-year-old granny. He took care of the families. He was a guy. It was a death in the family which we experienced too in the last maybe 5 or 6 years. The 16-day ceremony, even my sister will come and spend and grace the family for that. I think my auntie Babe will be present and testimony to that. And then my sister Salosh, when she lost her husband, that was Sada for you. Would be there and give you the support. But people standing here, Sada enjoyed his life. He really enjoyed his life. Knowing him, I think there's no other guy that can talk about Sada, about the things that he did. He was a naughty guy, very, very naughty. In school, he ran one of the biggest cigarette sellers in school. And there was another colored guy in school. That was his competition. But Sada was like a gangster because he knew he had his brother, the boxer, as his support, and no one could touch them. And that was Sada for you. And if Sada got to hit anyone, I was being the one to be called out in class to come and bail that guy out, to protect him, because I was the only guy that could control Sada. Maybe you guys never got to see that side of Sada. Right. But coming into the family, you fell in love to my sister with love. And you know, they say, when you plant a good seed, you reap good fruits. And I think that is what is you reap. You reap three wonderful sons. And they grew up having wonderful grandchildren. 2 of them are married, wonderful daughter-in-laws. And he's proud of that. You know, he talks about his grandchildren. It's unbelievable. He talks about his sons, his daughter-in-laws. One's still going to get married. Sad he never got to witness that. But he loved them all. The people that were around him, he loved you. He was a guy standing right in front of me. This is my other brother, eldest brother. When they're down in Durban, Sada would like to have a drink. But the blame will be put on Teddy. Teddy, I can say, I take it easy. Yeah? Like, no, you know this Teddy boy? He wants a drink. Early in the morning, he wants a drink. You know me, I only start late. You put the blame on Teddy boy. And you know, he would always accuse Teddy. No, your mother is calling it. Unfortunately, Teddy has lost his mom a few years ago. He said, Teddy, don't resist it. Your mother is calling, you must go. You're going to die. But that was Sada. Behind everything that he was, there was a joyful side of him that people loved. And that is why you see so much people are coming here to give sympathy and condolences to Sada. We're going to miss him. My brother from New Zealand is really going to miss him. The rest of the family is going to miss him. You know, they say firefighters don't cry. But sometimes we are human beings. And I think we got a tear at times. Please bear me. People, Sada, you're going to heaven and you're going to achieve your moksha. And I know I'll be there for the family. The rest of the families will be giving support. You got a big family. And we'll all be here. And please, thank you for the wonderful prayers. We really appreciate it. You also spoke a lot about you. Because I know my sister always told me, they always get invited to the functions in the temple. They were privileged. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, Tito.
Thank you, Dennis. You know, with Dennis speaking, one of the things that comes to mind was the one day that Rajan decided to steal my dad's shove, the blue shove. And he left home, I think about 10:30 that night. My mom went to bed, very restless. And he drove this car because he had to rush to go and see Candy. But I do not know how he drove, but he busted gearbox. He landed off at the top end of Cloudwater Road, and if anyone knows Shellcross, he landed on the top end of Cloudwater Road. He pushed this car into the gate and drove into the yard and acted like nobody heard. But my mother was standing at the window, because if anyone knows my mom, if Rajan was not at home, she will never sleep that night. She will make sure, she stands at the window and makes sure he's home. He had adventures, I think, for all 5 of us. He took everything. And for that, we loved him. He had a way with words and a way to speak to us that even the one day when he had a motorbike accident, he came home, sat on the bin outside, and so man, I went outside and said, "What's going on?" He said, "No, man, I don't know. I just tore my jeans here. I don't know what's going on." But we look at him, and there's his legs bleeding. And we said, "What happened?" He said, "No, man, this dog has been misbehaving and he bit me." Only to realize that I think he had the scrambler, Dennis. He managed to get the scrambler, stole it. Well, borrowed it without asking, more likely. And he actually tried to avoid another car or something, and he went off the road, and we had to treat him. Solomon and I then put him into bed, and the next morning my mother asked, "What's wrong with him?" We said, "No, he's just got a tummy ache or something." We had to make excuses like you cannot believe. But he's our brother, and we still loved him till this day. And we will continue to do that. At this point, I would like to call Denzel, who's going to speak on behalf of his dad, Teddy. Thank you.
As we pay homage to Uncle Sada, also known as Rajan, it's only good memories that come to mind. You know, we spent lots of time together. We've been through a lot. He's always been a jovial, loving, caring, compassionate person. He loved the kids, he loved the elders. People respected him. And, you know, we down there in Durban, we just waited for my auntie and him to come down. You know, that the hospitality that they had for people was way, way beyond. And we're gonna miss him. We know he's been there throughout our lives. He's supported us. He's been there for the elderly. He's been there for our granny, and he's been there for the family. And Uncle Sada is one that everybody could get on with. He's not somebody that the kids would be shy or afraid to go in and play with. You know, he was somebody spectacular. He loved his music. He loved to entertain us. If anybody knew Uncle Sada, he loved the 80s. He loved UB40. He would dance. He would sing with us. He would sing even with my great granny. He will dance with her, and those are the memories that we have. You know, and we're gonna miss him. And we know that he's in a better place. He's resting. I know through the last few months he's been through a lot. He was in a lot of pain, but now he's with God, and the memories that we shared, we will treasure for the rest of our lives. And we know that he's going to be guiding us as well. Always when we came up to Johannesburg, the hospitality with him and my auntie, they had a spirit of hospitality. You know, they could entertain. Whether it's 10, 20 people coming home, they would accommodate you, they would feed you, they will pick you up from the airport, they will send you back home with a whole lot of things. And this is the type of people that they are. So my parents, they go way back, you know, with Uncle Sada, way before they even could be married. And you know, you listen to the stories. One of the stories that I listened to was Uncle Sada, before he could get married, he had a vegetable store. And he would take all the vegetables and he'll give to my granny, he'll give to the neighbors, he'll come and give to my parents. That's the type of person, and that I think that store ran into a loss. And that was him. He had a generous spirit. Even if he had 10 rand, and it was the last 10 rand, he'll give it to the car guard. And I'll say, Uncle Sada, hey, 10 rand you're giving to this guy. And he didn't do anything. He says, give it to him. That's the type of person he is, and that's what we will remember. He never held it back. He never held it only for his 3 kids. He shared with all of us. He had a bakkie. He used to take us to the beach. We never had transport, but he would come and pick us up. He would entertain us, buy us takeaways, and let us enjoy it. So those are the things that we will never get, and we never got that from anybody else but from him. You know, my uncles, they did a lot. Our family is very close to us, but he was special. He used to love to come to our house. You know, we at the first we were just building up and, you know, reconstructing, and we didn't have much. But Uncle Sada would come with all his luxury cars. He would come and stay with us. He would let me drive those cars. Hey, he'd give it to me. Go do this, do that, and you know, those are the memories that I will cherish for the rest of my life. Sada, as we say goodbye to you, we know that you're going to be in a nice place. You're going to be guiding us, and we love you forever. The memories that we shared will always be forever. Thank you.
Thank you, Denzel. I have another script here that's been written by Kibeshan, and he would like me to read it out to you guys again, and to his dad. I wish I could see you one more time, coming walking through the door, but I know that it is impossible. I will hear your voice no more. I know you can feel my tears, and you don't want me to cry, yet my heart is broken because I can't understand why someone so precious had to die. I pray that God will give me strength and somehow get me through this as I struggle with the heartache that came when I lost you. You were dead. It was so special, and who loved so very much and brought so much happiness to many hearts you touched. You were always kind and caring and so understanding too. And if help was ever needed, Dad, it was so freely to come from you. You were a gift to all the world and brought joy to everyone. And life has never been the same ever since you've gone. I don't need a special day to bring you to mind. Each morning when I wake, I know that you're gone, and who knows, the heartache as I try to carry on. My heart still aches, and sadness and secret tears flows. What it means to lose you, no one will ever know. My thoughts are always with you, your place no one can fill in life. I love you dearly. In death, I still love you. Golden heart stopped beating, hard-working hands at rest. It broke our hearts to see you go that day. God only takes the best. They say that memories are golden. Well, maybe that is true. You did your very best for all of us, and we always remember you. I sat beside your bed, and my heart was crushed when I saw you. In tears, I watched you sinking. I watched you fade away. I knew my heart was breaking, and knew you could not stay. My lips cannot speak how I love you. My heart cannot tell you what to say, but God only knows how I miss you in our home, this that is lonely today. Dad, I love you, and things will never be the same. Kibi. I'm going to call Shane Naidu. Shane has also been a long-time friend of Rajan when we came to Johannesburg. He's actually a relative of ours as well. His wife is my mom's niece, and I would like Shane to say a few words as well.
Thank you, Nithya. My name is Shane Naidu. My wife is more a relative to Rajan, the late Rajan. You know, not all relatives are friends, and not all friends are relatives. Rajan, I met 28 and a half years ago. When Devesh, I think, was about 5 or 6 months. So our relationship goes back 28 and a half years. I think our experiences that we've had will not be compared ever, because Rajan most of the time thought he had 3 sons and 1 daughter, my daughter, and I thought that I had 3 sons and a daughter. So they all grew up together, and those experiences that we've had from infancy to toddlers, nobody else has experienced that, even through those that are sitting here. I will cherish that. Something I learned, that love will overcome a lot of things in life, wrongs, sins, etc. I found one thing that I learned about Rajan is that he was the epitome of love. He could just share love, love, and love. My wife could not ever call him Rajan. She coined him as cousin, and every time there's a reference, it's cousin. And what I learned most through my experiences as a friend, I could sit with him and I could speak openly and transparently that I could not do with many other people, even my own brothers. I shared that experience. I'll miss that experience. I used to come and pop by here thinking that I'll sit on half an hour before I go to gym. 3 hours later, we're still talking, and I never get to gym. Now, that type of relationship and that type of communication that you have is not common, it's uncommon. And I will dearly, dearly miss that. You know, if I had to coin a phrase for Rajan, it would be come right, make right, do right, and feel right. You know, illness has set him back over this last few months, but in spite of that, he was completely a jovial person. His main characteristics of joy, of hospitality, of always being welcomed, I have not seen much from many people that I know. But what I did see is in his 3 boys, they have the same sort of culture that he's inculcated with them. And I pray that Pavi, Divi, Kibi, you also share that with your boys and let them have the same and let your dad leave a legacy for you to show what it is really to love people unconditionally, because that's what I experienced with him. Unconditional love for me and my family. To Candy, boys, and the extended family, from our extended family, mine and my wife's family, we all share and offer our sincere condolences for the loss. And I do, Candy, Kippy, Pavi, Dippy, I do pray that God will grant you guys the peace and the comfort, not only to say bye today, but for the days coming ahead. How do you fill that gap in his absence? I thank God that I met such a fine person. But Rajan, I will dearly miss you. I will miss our chats. I will miss our fun times. You can think about the good, the bad, and ugly. And you think about the music that we shared. Denzel alluded on that a little bit. We won't have that. I'll miss that. I'll miss the times that we had. I'll miss the times that I see you coming in with your black cap and laughing and smiling, and that smile on his obituary and the smile on the funeral notice is so evident of his bubbly personality. So I thank God that comfort will come to the family. Rajan, may your soul rest in eternal peace. We'll always love you. We'll always miss you. Take care, buddy.
Thank you, Shane. I'm going to hand over to Candy's auntie, who's going to sing one song for us.
சிவபெருமானே எல்லோருக்கும் நீ தெய்வம் சிவபெருமானே அன்னை தந்தை குரு தெய்வமே அன்னை தந்தை குரு தெய்வமே ஆண்டவனே நீ அருள் செய்வாயே ஆண்டவனே நீ அருள் செய்வாயே சிவபெருமானே சிவபெருமானே எல்லோருக்கும் நீ தெய்வம் சிவபெருமானே தாய் தந்தை எல்லோருக்கும் நம சிவாயா தாய் தந்தை எல்லோருக்கும் நம சிவாயா ஒருவர் மனிதன் கவலைகள் தீர்க்க நீதானையா சிவபெருமானே சிவபெருமானே எல்லோருக்கும் நீ தெய்வம் சிவபெருமானே நம சிவாய ஓம் நீ தெய்வமே நம சிவாய ஓம் நீ தெய்வமே காத்திருவாய் நீ அருள் செய்வாயே காத்திருவாய் நீ அருள் செய்வாயே சிவபெருமானே சிவபெருமானே எல்லோருக்கும் நீ தெய்வம் சிவபெருமானே 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 எல்லோருக்கும் நீ தெய்வம் சிவபெருமானே எல்லோருக்கும் நீ தெய்வம் சிவபெருமானே ஓம் திருச்சிற்றம்பலம்.
You know, we heard all the naughty things that Rajan did, but I think we also got to give him credit for all the hard work that he's put into this and having his 3 boys. Rajan came to Johannesburg when my dad, mom and I moved to Johannesburg, and not long after that was Indran, and this was about 28 years ago. And he came to Johannesburg and he worked for a gas pipes company, and those hours were long. He drove long distances. He did his very best. He wanted to grow the family. He wanted to make sure that they had everything that they could have. He pushed himself to make sure that he can get into Toyota, where he served for a long time. He left there as a parts manager at one of the branches, and he did very well, and he decided that he wants to go on a new venture, and then things didn't work out and they stayed behind, and he went on to work for Nob Ramsey, where he also left successfully. So with all of that, he had determination amongst all the naughtiness that he had in him as well. He had a very successful career in the parts game, in motor vehicles. He knew what he was talking about, and he's a person that you can phone. But he also he started off at a very early age knowing how parts work. That one day my dad was doing his meditation in the temple that we had at home, and there's Rajan, got a bathtub thing, put it under the high ace, and he decided to drain the petrol from the car, from this high ace, so that he could use it in his car for his roundabouts. And when Dad went to work the next morning, the Monday morning, he got stuck at what we known as the Pompine at the river. And when we found Rajan to find out what's going on, he said, I have no idea, must be a leak in that tank or something. So he got away with everything, and yeah, so Dad overlooked it, and we continued. But with all of that, he had an absolute mixed life of actions. At this point, I would also like to call Cecil, my cousin, would also like to pay tribute to Rajan.
Greetings to the families. You know, I can't echo any more than what Dennis said and what Denzel said and Shane. Rajan had his own uniqueness. And to us as family, you know, we call him Rajan. A lot of you know him as Sada. And one of the reasons at school he was able to sell those cigarettes, Dennis, was that because his size pushed him first. And Rajan wasn't a small size. and to all from his uncles and aunts, and I talk about his dad's brothers and sisters, and his mom's brothers and sisters, they all know him as Rajan, one of the mischief ones. And Rajan was able to elude anything. Even his father, he was able to elude his father. But he's left an indelible mark on each one of us. And that's the Rajan legacy we've got to remember. You know, Nithya spoke about Rajan and his motorbike. Rajan was the first one to take me on a motorbike, and it was actually the last time as well. Now you can imagine Rajan's size and my size on a motorbike, and me really holding on tight to Rajan. But that was Rajan. He says, life is excitable. Let's enjoy it. I mean, and that's what, you know, and I think that's the soft spot that his father has always had for Rajan. And he'll make things happen. Indran, Salvam, Patsy, Nithyan, you'll all have something special to remember about Rajan. And I think this morning you will echo with me that the mark that is left on Candy, on Pavashan and Bianca, Deveshan and Pranola, Kibeshan and Nolene cannot be erased. They have something special to remember. And this morning, all we got to do is remember the good that has happened. And, you know, Rajan was in a lot of pain. And today, even as we send him off to rejoice with the angels above, he is in no more pain. He is in no more suffering. And for all of us that live in South Africa, he doesn't have to worry about load shedding. But that's where he is. He is rejoicing. And that's the legacy he leaves behind. Everybody will remember. You know, one of our moments with Rajan was caravanning. And you know, when you go out in the open, Rajan remembers everything. We'll all be sitting at the fire at 1 o'clock in the morning, and he'll come out and he'll say, "Excuse me, what are you saying about me?" That was Rajan. And that morning will continue. Murph, you'll remember a lot of things of Rajan. You'll just come, Hooter, Murph, come, let's go. Where? God knows. But he enjoyed his life to the fullest. I want to leave something to you this afternoon. And that is, the Lord is close to the brokenhearted. He takes care of you. He rescues those whose spirits are crushed. And this morning, if you know Candy and the boys, and Uncle Papa, or to Papa or Uncle Francis, as a lot of people know him, your spirits may be crushed. However, the Lord is ready to take care of you. He is your refuge and your strength, and he will always take care of you. I want to leave you with this. The Lord be gracious to each one of you, and he will always be your strength. God bless you, and take care of each one of you. And more especially, God take care of the family that he leaves behind, that will always miss Rajan, who he was, and the memory that he will leave with each one. Thank you.
Thanks, Susan. There's words here from that Nolene and Kibi would like to say, and you know, the children were very close to Candy and Rajan over the last couple of months, and they were spent a lot of time together, and they felt it appropriate for them to write some things. So I'm going to read it. Sorry, guys. Papa gone to heaven. One quiet day, the angels came and took Papa far away. But in the stillness of the night, we almost hear him say, "Dear children, I will miss you. You all mean so much to me, but God called me to his side in heaven. I will be a place of God, great beauty, no tears or earthly cares, only peace and joy forever, and love beyond compare. Do remember all the good times. Don't think about the sadness, but treasure all the special moments through the years we've always had. And if you trust in God, I can promise this and more, you will get a hug from Papa someday on heaven golden shore. We knew so little that morning that God would call your name in life. We loved you dearly in death, we do the same. It broke our hearts to lose you. You do not go alone, but part of us is gone with you. You left us beautiful memories. Your love is still our guide, and through we cannot see you. You're always by our side. Our family chain is broken and nothing seems to be the same. But as God calls us one by one, the chain will link again. We love you, Papa, now and forever. Love, Tati, Uzi, and EJ. Thank you, family and friends. I'm going to hand over to Guru. Thank you.
The grandchildren of SADHASIVAN, all of you just come and hold a pandam. This is not anything religious things. Okay, the family members, while I am singing the Namachivaya Malay, you can just offer one rose flower to the dear brother SADHASIVAN Govender and say goodbye while you are offering the flower. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். மந்திர நம சிவாய மாலை நான் செப்புதற்கு கந்தவேள் தனக்கு மூத்த கணபதி காப்பூத்தானே. முதல்வனே நம சிவாய முதல்வனே நம சிவாய முதல்வனே நம சிவாய முதல்வனே நம சிவாய. அரைமறை அயனும் மாலும் அமரரும் முனிவர் தாமும் முறை முறை வணங்கி ஏத்தும் முதல்வனே நம சிவாய முதல்வனே நம சிவாய முதல்வனே நம சிவாய முதல்வனே நம சிவாய முதல்வனே நம சிவாய. ஆதியாய் வேதம் நான்காய் அடிமுடி தெரியா வண்ணம் சோதியாய் நிறைவாய் நின்ற துணைவனே நம சிவாய துணைவனே நம சிவாய துணைவனே நம சிவாய துணைவனே நம சிவாய துணைவனே நம சிவாய. இணையடி தேடி காண ஏழுல கலந்த மாயன் கனையதாயில் மூன்றெய்த கடவுளே நம சிவாய கடவுளே நம சிவாய கடவுளே நம சிவாய கடவுளே நம சிவாய கடவுளே நம சிவாய. ஈட்டிய பொருள் போலுன்றன் இணையடி பணிவார் துன்பம் வாட்டிய செம்பொன்மேனி வள்ளலே நம சிவாய வள்ளலே நம சிவாய வள்ளலே நம சிவாய வள்ளலே நம சிவாய வள்ளலே நம சிவாய. உமையொரு பாகம் வைத்த உம்பர்கள் தம்பீரானே அமைதரு மணியே முத்தே அண்ணலே நம சிவாய அண்ணலே நம சிவாய அண்ணலே நம சிவாய அண்ணலே நம சிவாய அண்ணலே நம சிவாய. ஊனுமாய் உயிரும் ஆகி உள்ளுமாய் புறம்பும் ஆகி தானுவாய் சகத்துக்கெல்லாம் தந்தையே நம சிவாய தந்தையே நம சிவாய தந்தையே நம சிவாய தந்தையே நம சிவாய தந்தையே நம சிவாய. எழுபிறப்பதனால் மாழ்கும் என்னுயிர்க்கிறங்கி வந்து பழுதர ஆண்டு கொள்ளும் பரமனே நம சிவாய பரமனே நம சிவாய பரமனே நம சிவாய பரமனே நம சிவாய பரமனே நம சிவாய. ஏடவள் கோதை மாதர் இளமுலை மயக்கப்பட்டு நீடுதல் ஒழிக்க வல்ல நிமலனே நம சிவாய நிமலனே நம சிவாய நிமலனே நம சிவாய நிமலனே நம சிவாய நிமலனே நம சிவாய. ஐயமேற்றுண்டாய் பாதம் அன்பிலேன் தலைமேல் வைத்த செய்யனே வானோர் போற்றும் தேவனே நம சிவாய 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 9 வாயில் கூட்டில் ஒடுங்குயிர் உய்யும் வண்ணம் பொன்பொதி மலர்த்தால் காட்டும் புனிதனே நம சிவாய 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 ஓம் எனும் எழுத்தின் உள்ளே ஒளியதாய் விளங்குகின்ற மாமனே கருணை நல்கும் வள்ளலே நம சிவாய 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 அவ்வியம் பேசாவண்ணம் அடிமையை தடுத்தாட்கொள்ளும் திவ்ய மணியே முத்தே தேவனே நம சிவாய 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 அக்கினை பூண்டு கொண்டே அரிய வெண்ணீரு பூசும் சொக்கனே செக்கர்மேனி தூயனே நம சிவாய 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 கம்பமார் களிரூரித்த கச்சியே கம்பாசம் பொன் அம்பலத்தாடுகின்ற அண்ணலே நம சிவாய 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 நகரம் போல் வளைந்தூளன்று நாயினேன் உணவு தேடும் பகரோ நாயின் நல் தீர்க்கும் பரமனே நம சிவாய 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 நகரம் போல் வளைந்தூளன்று நாயினேன் உணவு தேடும் பகரோ நாயின் நல் தீர்க்கும் பரமனே நம சிவாய 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 சத்தியும் சிவமும் ஆகி தானுவாய் சகத்துக்கெல்லாம் முத்தியே அளிப்பாயாதி முதல்வனே நம சிவாய 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 Division come and with the Thai mama.
Cheese. Come, division.
Please, all of you rise. Tiricittambalam. Om Mutinari. Om Mutinari Ariyada Mukarodu Muyalvenai Atinari Arivitu Palavinaigal Parumanam Chittamalam Maruvitu Shivamaki Yenayanda Atanjanaku Aruliyavar Atperuvar Achove Neriyallah Neritannai Neriyaga Ninaivenai Sirnarigal Serame Tiruvarule சேரும் வண்ணம் குறியொன்றும் இல்லாத கூத்தன் தன்னன் கூத்தையனக்கு அறியும் வண்ணம் அருளியவர் ஆட்பெறுவார் அச்சோவே செம்மை நலம் அறியாத சிதடரோடும் திரிவேனை மும்மை மலம் அறிவித்து முதலாய முதல்வன் தாள் நம்மையுமோர் பொருளாக்கி நாச்சி மிகை ஏற்றுவித்த அம்மையனக்கு அருளியவர் ஆட்பெறுவார் அச்சோவே அம்மையனக்கு அருளியவர் ஆட்பெறுவார் அச்சோவே அம்மையனக்கு அருளியவர் ஆட்பெறுவார் அச்சோவே ஓம் நம சிவாய சிவாய நம ஓம் 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 அருட்பெரும் ஜோதி தனி பெரும் கருணை தனி பெரும் கருணை அருட்பெரும் ஜோதி அருட்பெரும் ஜோதி தனி பெரும் கருணை தனி பெரும் கருணை அருட்பெரும் ஜோதி அருட்பெரும் ஜோதி தனி பெரும் கருணை தனி பெரும் கருணை அருட்பெரும் ஜோதி அருட்பெரும் ஜோதி தனி பெரும் கருணை தனி பெரும் கருணை அருட்பெரும் ஜோதி. ஓம் நம சிவாய சிவாய நம ஓம் ஓம் நம சிவாய சிவாய நம ஓம். Take the manja out. Take the manja, give it to him. Give it to his hand. Take it and go inside. Om Asato Mahasatgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amardam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namah Shivaya Shivaya Namah Om 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 Namah Shivaya Shivaya Namah Om Namah Shivaya Shivaya Namah. அருட்பெரும் ஜோதி தனி பெரும் கருணை தனி பெரும் கருணை அருட்பெரும் ஜோதி அருட்பெரும் ஜோதி தனி பெரும் கருணை தனி பெரும் கருணை அருட்பெரும் ஜோதி அருட்பெரும் ஜோதி தனி பெரும் கருணை தனி பெரும் கருணை அருட்பெரும் ஜோதி அருட்பெரும் ஜோதி தனி பெரும் கருணை தனி பெரும் கருணை அருட்பெரும் ஜோதி. ஓம் நம சிவாய சிவாய நம ஓம் நம சிவாய சிவாய நம ஓம் ஓம் நம சிவாய சிவாய நம.
Family and friends, as we come to the end of this, we would like to thank you for being with us.
Om Namah Shivaya Shivaya Namah Om Namah Shivaya Shivaya Namah Om Namah Shivaya Shivaya Namah Om. அருட்பெரும் ஜோதி தனி பெரும் கருணை தனி பெரும் கருணை அருட்பெரும் ஜோதி அருட்பெரும் ஜோதி தனி பெரும் கருணை தனி பெரும் கருணை அருட்பெரும் ஜோதி அருட்பெரும் ஜோதி தனி பெரும் கருணை தனி பெரும் கருணை.
Let's go. Dance back with me.
கருணை